But going into what my theory of why people struggle with being themselves or loving themselves in general is just all put into a broad perspective of ignorance. And when I say ignorance, I mean it in its definition of not knowing. And people typically don't have a true understanding of themselves. And when I say that, you can say, "Oh, well, I love this, I love that." My definition or challenge to understanding yourself is like if you strip all your tangibles away, who are you and what are you going to stand for? Knowing that is definitely one of the biggest steps to ultimately learning who you are and finding better ways to love yourself and learning what triggers you and how to stop those triggers before they turn into big explosive adult tantrums, things like that. And then the next thing I have is comparisons. And, that's something that's amplified during social media because there's always been comparisons. And I don't want people thinking that, comparison is something that's new. Like this has occurred for centuries. I mean,
Exactly.
I think in the older days, it was easier for you to, or it's harder for you to, fall victim to comparison because you could only go outside and you could see the new car that Karen or Michelle or your next door neighbor got or wherever. But now all we do is we literally press the power button on our phone, swipe up, and then we have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have the news. It's a forever evolving and fast evolving cycle of comparison because you can't help but see everything today. The appeal of it is comparison. And I remember, my manager I had at Cloud9, as much as I hated him. He said we live in an experience based we live in an experience based economy, which essentially boils down to we're always going to compare businesses based off of which provided the best experience for us. And I mean that just doesn't, it just doesn't, it's not limited to just money and how people scheme up ways to get their money. Like it's deeper into the self. I think for the most part everything revolves around the self, and then it can be amplified to be used in ways that are greater and greater beneficial to businesses per se.